So let's jump into pattern of the week. Now, just a reminder that we have the chart patterns book on Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. Now, I can tell you this, a lot is being planned with this book. A lot is being planned with this book. The team's really working behind the scenes to make this an outstanding product. So, just take a sip there of my coffee. So, to look at this book, you will find candlestick patterns. You will find trading patterns. You're going to find a lot of patterns in this book, and this book is being updated every almost week, month, and people always have new information in this book. But I want to jump into the pattern of the week, looking at the patterns and looking at what we can look at. So let's go to the pattern of the week for this week. And this is going to be the good old head and shoulders. And no, it's not a shampoo. It's not washing hair. This is trading. The good old head and shoulders. Now, this looks confusing, I know. But I will explain this, how it works. Now, first of all, anatomy. The textbook anatomy. And as you can see, this is on page 49 of our chart patterns book. The left shoulder, you get a left shoulder here. Then you get a head. And then you get a right shoulder on the right-hand side. So you will see from the left, there is a bullish trend going up. But first of all, you need a neckline support. Now, I will dive into Tradingview now and explain it there with some cursors and with some examples that I have there that we can look at. But I first want to just show you this anatomy. And also the breaking down point. Neckline support, so please remember this little structure we had. But you have this in the Trade Patterns book. You have the full explanation also in the book. And this is on page 49. So let's quickly jump into Tradingview. Let's do that. Tradingview. So I've got SUI here. Let's first check if there's any questions. I think I haven't looked at my... awesome. A lot of viewers here. I see 2 questions. I'll get to them now. I just want to explain this trading pattern. And then we'll get into all the questions. But thanks for all the questions so far, everyone. Great. So let's get back to my Tradingview here. So to look at Tradingview, you have SUI here. I took SUI on a 3-day time frame. I don't have any levels or anything here, but for the head and shoulders, we need to remember this. So I'm going to draw it here. You usually have this, what you're looking for. You have one trend that goes like this, creating that first up and down movement. Then you get another one that does a higher high and come down again. And then you get one that does a higher low again, and then it moves down. You get this type of movement. So you have the one shoulder here, you have the one shoulder here, and you then have the head here. Now what we need to remember is it's usually a head and shoulders where these 2 shoulders are quite in line with each other. So just don't mind my scribbles here, but this is just an indication. So those 2 should be more or less in line. If the one is a little bit lower, that's fine. You get weeks that does go to that level, but that's those 2 shoulders must be, and then it looks like a little head sticking out. So you have a guy, you have shoulders, big shoulders, and then a head sticking out. Then you have a neckline. Now remember, this is the head here. Think of it as the head. Now we have a neckline that runs here like this. Now usually what you're going to see then is when it goes up, going down, you will touch that neckline, it will form the head, touch the neckline again, form the neck shoulder, then move down. What does this indicate to us? It usually indicates we're going downwards. Because when we go past this neckline, it will carry on, say atop this neckline, this is the neckline here, it will carry on top of this neckline, then we will start moving down past this neckline. And this is what we call a bearish reversal pattern. Now sometimes you get one that's opposite as well if you turn it around. So you have one like this. First of all, do this. Then you get one, a second one that goes a little bit down. You get a third one that goes like this and then goes up. Now here your neckline will be at this side, meaning if the head, this is a shoulder, and the head. So if that shoulder, if this is the head, it will then basically means this is a turnaround, meaning this is a bullish reversal, because we were bearish and now we're turning bullish. So you get an opposite head and shoulders too. So, but let's look at that bearish example here on SUI. I saw the other day, and I thought, okay, let me show everyone here. So I just got SUI on Binance on the 3-day, and you will see what happened here. Now the nice thing about Tradingview, it's got awesome tools in the tool palette. If you go here underneath patterns, underneath pattern, and you click on, say, head and shoulders, you can start estimating all head and shoulders. So what I see here, before we draw the pattern, what I see here is we have something that goes up here and move down. Then we have another thing going up here, moving down. And then you have another thing going up and then moving down with a neckline right about here. So that kind of looks to me like a head and shoulders, what happened right here in SUI. And it played out as well. Why? Because after this neckline right here, we broke down. Boom. We had this move down here to this level here. So let's go check it out. Let's use this tool and let's click it. So I'll take it first shoulder here. Whoop. Click. Head. Click. Shoulder. Click. And move down. What's cool about this little head and shoulder tool in Tradingview is it shows you exactly, you can go and manipulate this, but look at this, it shows you that neckline there, and you can then estimate with your last little leg down of where it can go to. And this went exactly, if you want to take a level here and draw it here, this exactly went, this past levels here, it went exactly to the same levels here. So this was a significant drop. If you want to measure it, we can do it from there to there, measure it. It's about 43% that drop there. Well, let's take it. So let's take it from the neckline. So on the neckline, it's like a 30% drop that the head and shoulder showed us there. So once again, I want to make it clear that head and shoulders is not the only thing that you need to look at. Obviously, you need to look at other indicators, support, resistance lines, everything. But this is nice confluence. Very, very nice confluence that we are looking at. So that is it for the head and shoulders. So I was speaking about this, but it's a very, very important point that we need to remember. That with, yes, trading patterns is awesome. If you identify them, it's very, very cool. It's a nice confluence tool for me. But it's not the beginning end all as well. We need to remember that. I've seen this in past. People just rely on that pattern. It's the only thing that works for them. No. It's a good confluence point, but again, like we said in the myths, what we just squashed, is confluence between your indicators, between your technical analysis, as well as your pattern lines.